Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
This is China Steps, and today there's a party for two reasons. One, celebrating 20 years of Mambos Pizza at the same location, just up there on Victoria Crescent, and it's a big fundraiser as well for the Vancouver Island Crisis Society.
Drawing fairy tales on Gabriola Island, Kelly gets her hands into some paper mache, and the ALS Bucket Challenge hits Nanaimo.
You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. This is Jaden Holman behind us, one of about 6 performers participating in a big party to celebrate 20 years of Mambo Pizza and to raise money for the Vancouver Island Crisis Society. We're going to talk more about both of those things later on this edition of Go Island. But we're heading over first of all today to Gabriola Island. She's kind of a mainstay at my house. Her book, Dog-a-Bed, is brilliantly engaging, wonderfully illustrated. One of my favorite local children's illustrators and authors, Diana Bonder. Here is Ryan LaPlante on Gabriola. What is a Mambo's special pizza? What is he creating here?
Well, he's making 4 different kinds because we like to make a lot of varieties in the display. So he's going to make 4 different kinds using that splitter there that you see. That's kind of like our little secret of what we do. And a lot of people like to order those pizzas for pickup and delivery too with 4 different kinds. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, no, we're here because you're celebrating 20 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you attribute your success to?
Being here all the time.
Yeah, you work all the time.
And this man being here all the time. It's a lot of hours, a lot of work.
Yeah, they spend many hours.
Many hours here.
No, it's going to be a combination of the recipe, the success, and the clientele that you get to work with, your customers.
That's right. We have the best customers in the whole entire world. And I'm not even just saying that. We are really lucky to have the customers we have.
Who are your customers?
They're a lot of different people, but so the reason why we did the show like we did right now is because we have a lot of musicians that are customers. So we're having a show and we're kind of celebrating the fact that downtown's a music hub, and we're really looking forward to showing people that don't normally go to the bar that can check out these bands like Dope Soda and Surreal that normally don't work during like all ages events. So,
yeah, they're usually just getting out of bed coming down for a pizza, right?
That's right. I'm not gonna lie.
20 years in the same location, 16 Victoria Crescent. What have you seen change in downtown over the years? Because there's been a lot.
Yeah, there's been a lot of change actually, yeah. But you know what, in general, it's been a lot better than most people would say that it has been. A lot of people have believed that it's been a drug hub for a long time, but you know what, it's never really been that bad. And a lot of people always have thought that it was, but it hasn't been.
What does Mambo stand for? Where does the name come from?
Geez, the name is something that's a question a lot of people ask.
They get a different answer every time?
They get a different answer every time.
What answer should we use today? We're trying to make something up on the spot.
You can make something up. Apparently the original owner, which only owned the restaurant for a short bit, used to live in Costa Rica, and there was a Mambo grill, and he liked the name Mambo.
It has a good ring to it.
It's got a good ring to it.
And I think Mambos has a pretty good taste to it, too. We're going to share more with you of the 20th anniversary celebration party for Mambos Pizza. It's a big fundraiser and music and dance party here at the China Steps in downtown Nanaimo. The fundraising, of course, is for the Vancouver Island Crisis Society. We'll be back with more after a short break.
Still to come today on Go, Kelly Robinson taps into adventure and who's next in the ALS Bucket Challenge.
Hi, this is Christine McCauley from Bernard Callebaut Chocolates, and did you know that we just launched a fabulous new chocolate, the Nanaimo Mite. It's our take on the Nanaimo bar chocolate, and it is dynamite.
You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. This is going to get a little bit crazy. This is something called the ALS Challenge. Oh my gosh! Oh, that is Jaden Holman, and there is a reason behind what he's doing. I just heard my name. What was? Sorry, Jaden. What was that all about? What was that all about?
Well, we're raising awareness for ALS, and
how did that feel? How are you doing?
Pretty cold right now, a little wet.
What is the point of this, and why is ALS so close to your heart?
Well, I had a close friend who just passed away named Robert Bolton.
How old was he?
He was in his 40s, and He was a really, really great support of my music career, and he supported me all the way through. Big fan. And his favorite song was the one I was just playing by Van Morrison, is Into the Mystic.
And so what do you hope that pouring a bucket full of ice water onto your head is going to do?
Well, it's going around, and you throw $10 away too as you do the ice challenge. So it's $10 goes to the ALS Society. And and it gives, a lot of people don't even know what ALS is, and it takes your body but doesn't steal your soul.
Or your mind, which
mind,
makes it
yes.
especially challenging because you know what's happening to you.
You know exactly what's happening as you're there and living, and as your body's shutting down before your eyes, and it's sad. It's a hard reality, but.
Thank you for sharing today.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're going to throw things over now to Kelly Robinson. I think it takes a whole lot of water to do paper mache, and she's got her hands right into the thick of it. Robin Millen is one of over 70 artists that will be participating at Arts on the Avenue this year. That is in Ladysmith. It runs on August the 24th. You can get full listings on the artists and how you can attend as a guest. That's also a very important part at www.artsontheavenue.ca. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. The Nanaimo Canoe and Kayak Club is working towards building a new facility at Long Lake, and in order to do that, they participated in the Craft Celebration Challenge, and they are one of 10 finalists. The Craft Celebration Tour will see TSN Sports Center make a stop in each of the 10 communities, hosting a community celebration, a barbecue, a bit of a dance party, all kinds of stuff going on. That took place in Maffeo Sutton Park on Saturday, August the 16th. That was just this past week, and it's all in lead up to a big finale on August the 25th. On the last stop of the tour, the grand winner will be announced and will be receiving $100,000. And so, of course, good luck. We're rooting for Nanaimo. Who else would you be rooting for? That will be revealed on August the 25th. We'll be back with more from a party down here at China Steps after a short break. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We're here in part celebrating 20 years with Mambo Pizza, and we're also here raising funds for the Vancouver Island Crisis Society. And we would be remiss, I think, if we didn't acknowledge the news recently about Robin Williams and how that's affected so many people, and it's trickled down locally too.
Definitely. We've noticed that people are talking about it. We've noticed calls coming into the crisis line with people being very concerned about what's happening. But we're also noticing that there's conversation right now about suicide. Our website has had more hits than usual. And so as tragic as it is, and I loved Robin Williams, I believe there is positive to come out of this in that people are talking about it.
What kind of concerns are people having? I mean, what kind of conversations come up when someone who is so beloved by so many people commits suicide?
I think that people are realizing that suicide doesn't have a face, that it is, it crosses socioeconomic boundaries, and that the person who seems to be the most happy and vibrant might be hiding some unbearable pain. And when that unbearable pain doesn't get released and a person can't talk about it, that's where suicide thrives. It thrives in isolation and it thrives in the dark.
Some of the comments I heard people say was that it's always the brilliant ones who you don't know what demons they're facing behind the closed doors and in silence. But that's risky because there is no type.
No.
There's no you can't say there's the type or there's someone who will or they're more likely to, and that's part of the challenge.
It is. I think that suicide affects sensitive people, and aren't we all sensitive? We're feelings-based creatures who very often aren't. Our feelings go unacknowledged sometimes because everybody's fine. That's a Canadian thing, right? How are you today?
All good.
Yeah, exactly.
So what can money do? It's a fundraiser here tonight. What can money do?
Money can do so much for suicide prevention. The Crisis Society, our youth suicide prevention programs that we bring into the schools. Money means that we can touch more students and get them talking about suicide and choosing life and embracing life. Money helps keep our crisis lines going, and it helps all of our community education programs that we bring island-wide across Vancouver Island to get people talking about suicide prevention and embracing life.
Thank you. I think in a previous conversation, Lindsay, one of the things you said, I said, well, why can't someone have the choice to do that? And the thing is that it passes. you know, when you're feeling so low and so down, that's not a forever way of being.
Yeah. We say that thoughts of suicide are transient, meaning they come and they go. And so if enough people know how to spot when somebody's in trouble and needs to talk about those things that are weighing so heavily on their hearts, we believe that they can turn things around. And that's where the crisis lines come in. We're there 24/7, island-wide, and if anybody out there needs to talk to a compassionate person, needs a listening ear, we are here for you.
Thank you. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you.
We're going to throw things over now to Kelly Robinson. I think one way to keep things happy in your life is to have new experiences, seek out adventure, and that's exactly what Kelly's doing next. A whole lot of fun out there at Monkito, and I just want to say that I did Tough Mudder last year, and part of our team training program was to do the Monkito, and it doesn't seem overly tough or physically challenging, but I was terrified, and it was the biggest single thing that we did as a team train was to get up there and get over the fear. And that's what I remember about Monkito, training for Tough Mudder. That does bring us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Before we go, a couple of things to mention. The ALS Bucket Challenge. Check this out. That is what I was kind of hoping wasn't going to be picked up on this camera that we have for Shaw TV. I have been challenged for the ice bucket, so that means I have 24 hours to get a bucket full of ice water dumped on my head and pay $10, and all of that money goes to the ALS Society. And so far in the States alone, in 2 weeks, July 27th to August the 13th, they have raised $3.6 million for the disease. I think that's something maybe the Vancouver Island Crisis Society could look at doing, a version of that, a viral, fun, interactive fundraiser. We're not done yet for this edition of Go Island. The 100th anniversary of the Qualicum Beach train station is coming up on August the 23rd, and Go Island will be hosting a show from there. Speaking of trains, we have some family passes for the Alberni Pacific Railway to give away. It's about $100 value each. There's 4 passes per package. And I want to say that I had the opportunity to take my kids out on the train this past weekend. I was so impressed. It's about a 40-minute ride out to McLean Mill, lots of activities, top-notch staff while you're there, and then a 40-minute back. It was just a really wonderful experience for the entire family. And if you'd like to win, send us an email, kate.bergen@sjrb. You'll be entered into a random draw for a family pass to the Alberni Pacific Railway. They do have to be used by the end of August. Good luck. Thanks for watching. I think that brings us to the end of this edition of Go.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.